Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today we have Infernoble Knight Negates. Yes, another Negate deck, and this one does what Infernoble Knights do, except like it hand loops. It like does all of that stuff. It's consistent. You can play through hand traps. The only real downside is that its requirements to do combos is a lot more specific, and it requires a lot more extenders. So that's what I'm going to be showcasing right now. So starting off with the deck profile, we of course run the triple copies of Neo Space Connector with the Aqua Dolphin and the one copy of Armageddon Knight. These are kind of our normal summons, I'd like to say. Aqua Dolphin isn't that much of a normal summon, but if you do have it in your hand, you would want to normal summon it. These are kind of gonna be your play starters. Neo Space Connector is a one card is sold, so all you need is one more extender to do your full combo. Aqua Dolphin being able to get that hand knowledge is key, and Armageddon Knight, it's kind of a garnet, but it's not that big of a garnet as long as you have enough extenders in your hand. And now we're going on to our extenders. The 2 copies of Red Layer, 3 copies of Oliver, 2 copies of Butter Spy, 2 copies of Renaud. You run this because at 2 because if you hard draw it, then you can just search Fire Flint Lady instead of Renaud in the combo. So drawing him basically turns him into a pseudo extender. Triple Fire Flint Lady and the 1 copy of Astolfo in case you're able to just get like a Red Layer, Oliver, Fire Flint Lady, any of those things in the graveyard. You're just able to summon it from your hand. 1 copy of your Instant Fusion for your Raijin, another Warrior extender, 2 copies of Shade Brigandine, another extender. You need every single extender you can get. And finally, just for some one-off brick type cards, 1 copy of Apex Avian, 1 copy of Thunderbird, 1 copy of Plague Spreader, and the 1 copy of Violent Sphere. Yes, we are using Violent Sphere in this variant. Next for our spells, we run triple copies of Heritage of Chalice, basically a Rhoda. You can search an extender, you can search a combo piece, you can search anything. 3 copies of your DDR, 1 Phoenix Blade, 2 Living Fossil, 3 Durandal. We run 3 DDR because you can search a Power Tool, 1 copy of Phoenix Blade. Phoenix Blade is just really good, being able to recur itself almost infinitely. 2 copies of Fossil Dig. In case we already open a DDR, you're able to just go into Power Tool and like reveal a living fossil, just to guarantee an extra extender in your hand. Triple copies of Durandal, just searches cards. I don't really want to run this at 3, just because it does, you do require it in the combo. It is a hard one to return, so I might consider cutting this down to 2. So you just might as well cut it down to 2, honestly. You'll send 1 off as sold, and you might sometimes use the second one, but I haven't really found a use of it in my hands. I'm just gonna run 2, maybe even run 1. You know, 1 might be overkill. I'll just run 2 for now. And finally, Smoke Grenade for the Handloops. Yes, you can hand loop cards like Dark Ruler No More and whatnot from their hand. The 3 copies of Nibiru and 3 copies of Triple Tactic Talents. These are all just tech options. Nibiru, of course, being such a key card in today's metagame, just being able to combat so many different decks in this combo metagame. And Triple Tactics Talent is really good in this deck because since you just have so many extenders, you will as long as you're able to draw 2, even you're just able to play through interruptions like butter. Next for X deck, we run the 1 Raijin with our Instant Fusion. Raijin just is also really good going second, being able to just Book of Moon one of their cards. The 1 copy of Emperor Charles with the Roland. This is Emperor Charles. Only you hand loop, it also is able to be a quick effect like Dryden type thing. On top of that, it's easily able to turn into a untargetable beat stick 3500 4K on those lines. It's just really absurd. 1 copy of Power Tool just searches your DDR for free. 1 copy of Roland. Roland is really good. It's able to just get your it's able to get follow up, plus it turns Charles into a Trident, and it's also a level 5 tuner, which actually comes up for our purposes. 1 copy of Metal Marcher. Metal Marcher is just able to get a free it's able to get a free monster on the field. It can turn one of Link Rebo's unlinkable tokens into a free link material, which is just super powerful. And for link monsters, 1 copy of Access Code Talker for going second, 1 copy of some more British Sovereignty to get Apex Avian on the field, 1 copy of Nightmare Unicorn and Phoenix, These are just tech options. These can be whatever you want. The 2 copies of Isolde, if they imperm Isolde's first effect, which just so that you know, if they do that, they're a noob, then you're just able to go into the second one and combo off from there. 1 copy of Halqifibrax, a very crucial card in the deck, being able to summon cards like Violon Sphere for free. 1 copy of Union Carrier to get Thunderbird on the field. 1 copy of Reaperdocus to change cards into Winged Beats. It also is a link 2 which helps us get cards in the graveyard, which will come up in the combo I'm about to show you. And finally the 1 copy of Link Cross to generate Synchro material with the tuner we get from Halqifibrax. So now I'm just going to go on to the combo tutorial. So I'm going to be showcasing the combo here. All you need is any way to get to Isolde, plus any extra extender. Doesn't even have to be a warrior extender, it can pretty much be anything. So we're going to be summoning Red Layer. That's kind of the worst extender. A thing to note that if you do draw the Red Layer, it has to be under the link zone specifically, so that's something to know. We're going to go ahead and make Neospace Connector. Neospace Connector will summon Aqua Dolphin, and then we can kind of hand loop them for 1. So you can get rid of any hand traps they have, anything of that sort. Now we can just go into Isolde. Isolde will be getting us our search. This is mainly just to maintain hand size. We'll use its second effect in order to mill 4, and we'll be able to summon a Armageddon Knight. But one thing to note, don't send any of your DDRs yet. You want to keep all 3 in your deck. So we're going to be summoning Armageddon Knight. Armageddon Knight will activate, being able to send a Plague Spreader from your deck to your graveyard, and then you'll be able to just bring back your Plague Spreader by putting it on top of the card you searched up Isolde, because you won't really be needing it. We'll go ahead and go into Link Cross. Link Cross will summon at 2 tokens, and we won't actually be using them for synchro material right now with our Plague Spreader. We will actually first go into Halqifibrax. Halqifibrax will be summoning a Violon Sphere, and then we'll use Violon Sphere in order to we'll use Violon Sphere and the Armageddon Knight to go into Captain Roland. Now we will go ahead and use Roland's effect. It doesn't really matter what the chain links are. If they haven't interrupted you yet, they probably won't ever, unless we do. We're going to go ahead, equip our Violon Sphere and use its effect in order to equip Durandal and basically just search a level 5 or lower warrior monster. So we'll be searching Renaud. Now we special summon Renaud, and then we'll use its effect in order to retrieve a living fossil. Now we can link into a Reaperdocus. This is mainly to get your Renaud in the graveyard so that you can living fossil it back. But at this point, if you want, you can just summon your extender and then use Reaperdocus' effect in order to change its type to a winged beast. Now we go into some more Bird of Sovereignty. It doesn't really, the ordering doesn't matter too much. We're going to go ahead and use Living Fossil, bring back the Renaud. Since you're bringing it back off Living Fossil, it will no longer be treated as a tuner, which means you can go into a Power Tool Dragon. You'll use Power Tool's effect. You're going to go ahead and reveal 3 DDRs, and then you can just add 1 to your hand. And now you'll go ahead and use your Phoenix Blade. Phoenix Blade will be banishing 2 warriors, doesn't matter too much. We'll just banish the Isolde and Connector for now, since they're pretty much the most useless ones in our graveyard. Go ahead, go into DDR, summon back Plague Spreader. Now we will be able to go into Metal Marcher from here, since we want to get rid of our Link token. Then we can use Metal Marcher to bring back Violon Sphere specifically, since it is a machine monster. You can go into the Union Carrier later. Now we can go ahead and use Plague Spreader. I meant to use Phoenix Blade first in order to just get a card. You're supposed to just use Phoenix Blade first, but I guess it doesn't matter too much. In the end of the day, you're gonna have 2 cards in your hand. We'll just use Phoenix Blade right here, banish out the Red Layer and the Aqua Dolphin, and we'll be getting the Phoenix Blade. And now with the remaining 2 monsters, we'll be able to go into Union Carrier. Now this should look pretty similar. Do we want to use the effect of Violon Sphere? We don't really need to right now, so no. we're going to go ahead and use the unit carrier, equip a card to our Smoke Burst Sovereignty. No, we are not equipping Buster Locker now, and we don't need to use Charles either. And we will proceed to end step. During our end step, we can resolve our copy of Roland. Roland will just mill anything. I'll mill Durandal just for showcase purposes, and then we can just search anything that might be useful for retrieving cards, like say Renaud. And then we can go ahead use the effect of some more Spirit of Sovereignty, summoning an Apex Avian, and then you can use the effect of Charles in order to equip a Smoke Grenade and a Oliver from your deck. Oliver will just make our Charles untargetable. Now since the card was equipped, you can use Charles' effect in order to destroy Smoke Grenade and hand loop them for another card. So right here, probably the most, we'll just get rid of red layer, and so pretty much this is infinite gates as long as you're able to get Apex Avian plus Thunderbird on the field. You can infinitely negate any thing they use. So say we normal summon a connector, attempt to use its effect. We can just chain Apex Avian. We'll use its effect to bounce back Miss Value Thunderbird. And what it says, you can just bounce back a Miss Value card to negate a card your opponent controls. Now what Thunderbird reads is when bounced to the hand, you can just summon it. So if our opponent attempts to just activate another card, if they attempt to activate another card, once again, we can just negate it again, and we can do this infinitely. Unfortunately, this can't really go higher than Chain Link 2, not that it's going to go higher than Chain Link 2 in most cases. Like, it's infinite, which is really strong, so they can't just like bait out your negates like the normal Infernoble board, where you can pretty easily just bait out a Savage plus Herald. It's not too difficult to do, but you can bait out infinite gates, which is the main reason why I'm in love with this strategy. And if they try to normal summon a monster and they try to attack over the Thunderbird, you can go ahead and activate the effect of Roland in your graveyard, equip it to Charles, and then when it's equipped, you can use Charles' effect to destroy that monster, which is just super strong. Since they don't have monster, I'll just destroy its unit carry for purposes. And that is kind of the combo. Well, it's not very, but it is relatively consistent, and you're able to do it with most hands, which is basically what you want anyway to get to a Soul plus an Extender's full combo. I've had lots of fun with this deck. It's pretty gimmicky, pretty fun, you know. It's really easy to use too, and it's very difficult to out because you're able to just hand loop any outs they might have, like Kaiju, Dark Ruler, Super Poly. Any of those cards will just get hand looped with Charles. It can definitely play through a negate or two just because of the sheer amount of extenders we run. Plus we also run access code to get game out of absolutely nowhere. It's just a really nice deck, and you should definitely go try it out. So that's the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell, as it really does help the channel. And I'll see you next time. Goodbye.